Oh yeah, how stupid he is, right? So he's stupid to begin with, just a truly stupid human being. Then he's got all his mental fucking problems on top of it. Then he lives in a media bubble. Nobody in the White House is going to tell him the truth about anything. They're only going to blow smoke up his ass 24/7. And the only information sources that he has basically is Fox News. That's it. And Fox News is 100% propaganda all the time. Fox News is all about this war. They are pushing this war 24/7. And they're constantly telling Trump that he's the greatest ever. Nobody's turning on Trump. No Republicans are questioning Trump. Nobody's leaving Trump. Now that's Fox News. If he were to go to other parts of the media, if he were to go to parts of the new media, MAGA media, there's a lot of MAGAs who are turning on him. And by the way, I had somebody yesterday when I was talking about that saying, oh yeah, you're wrong. There's nobody's turning on him. All the MAGAs I see are supporting this. Well, then you're in an information bubble, my friend, because it's true. It is happening. There are a lot of MAGAs who are turning on Trump. Depending upon where you go, platforms and whatnot, there's a lot of them, and they're speaking out. Hell, Trump just turned on Tucker. Because Tucker's, and don't tell me Tucker is some small, non-influential person. No, Tucker has juice with a lot of MAGAs. All right. And he is full on against this war. In the early days of the war, he said, what did he say? It's not in this article here. He said it was evil or something. Oh yeah. Oh, it is in here. He said it's absolutely disgusting and evil. Let me read a little of this. President Donald Trump cast Tucker Carlson out of MAGA in a Thursday interview where he said his once loyal supporter has lost his way. Tucker has lost his way, Trump told ABC News' Jonathan Karl. I knew that a long time ago, and he's not MAGA. MAGA is saving our country. MAGA is making our country great again. MAGA is America first, and Tucker is none of those things. And Tucker is really not smart enough to understand that. The irony of this fucking idiot calling anybody else, implying that they're not smart. Good God. The comments follow Carlson blasting Trump's administration over their recent strikes on Iran. Carlson called it absolutely disgusting and evil. He's also been vocal in criticizing Trump's administration on other issues like the Epstein files, Ukraine, and more. In a lengthy conversation just now, this is Jonathan Karl tweeting out. In a lengthy conversation just now, President Trump hit back at Tucker Carlson, who called the Iran war absolutely disgusting and evil. Tucker has lost his way, blah, 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 blah. So there he is. Tucker Carlson is not MAGA. You're kicked out. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she wanted the Epstein files released. Fuck her. She's not MAGA. Cast her out. He's making enemies of more and more people, right? Have they all turned on him all at once? See, that's the thing. When these people say, oh, they're not turning on Trump, they'll never turn on Trump. People think they're just a monolith. They're either going to all be loyal to Trump or they will all turn on Trump. That's not how it works. Now, up to this point, they've acted like a monolith because, it's a cult. But people do wake up from the cult. And that's what's happening. A lot of them are. I'm not saying it's a majority or anything, but every single day that this war goes on, he's losing more MAGA support. And MAGA is a minority movement anyway. He can't afford to lose anybody. And yet he's losing more and more people. He lost people and continues to lose people over Epstein. Hell, I covered it a couple of weeks ago. Sean Ryan, huge MAGA podcaster, helped Trump get reelected. Had him on his show. He's done over the Epstein stuff. He even said that Trump has dementia, right? That's a big deal. I mean, he's a big account and he's not, there's lots of them doing this. Nick Fuentes says he's voting for Democrats in the midterms. And by the way, just because some of these people are turning and I mention these people doesn't mean I support these people now. Doesn't mean that some of these people like Nick Fuentes aren't horrible people. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I got no love for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I'd be willing to forgive to an extent if she came out and apologized for everything. I was wrong. All the things I said in support of Donald Trump were wrong. I'm deeply sorry for those things. The 2020 election was not stolen. I apologize for lying. She's not done any of that. She still holds to all these horrible things that she's done and said in the past. But the reason why it's important is because they're turning on Trump. Many of them are. So if you believe that none of them are turning on Trump, then you're in an information bubble, because they are. We'll see what kind of a difference that makes, but you don't get to the approval ratings that he has unless you have some of his former supporters abandoning him. You don't see some of the election results that we've seen across the country unless some of these people have abandoned Trump. It's happening, which tells you how desperate he is to keep whatever he did to children a secret. Why he's so desperate to cover up those Epstein files. He's got to know to some degree, unless maybe he is just so fucking out of it that he has no idea that he's losing any support. And this is where, and I think that is actually, there is some truth to that, because he gets all his information from Fox News. And Fox News is not saying that Trump is losing any support. Fox News goes out of its way to tell their audience that Trump is not losing any support. So Trump's not hearing the truth from anyone on his White House staff. He's not hearing the truth from Fox News, which is where he gets his information. So maybe he doesn't know that what he's doing is causing a huge wedge between him and MAGA. Now, he obviously knows some individuals, people like Tucker Carlson, but if Tucker Carlson is turning on you, you should know that you have a problem. Tucker Carlson is pretty darn influential. And now you just said he's not MAGA. You kicked him out. You're trying to get your supporters to turn on Tucker. And see, that's the thing too. He can't just let people have a disagreement. If he was smart and Tucker criticized him, he'd come out to Jonathan Karl when asked about it, and he would say, I understand Tucker's opinion. I respect his opinion, but as president, I have information about the threats. I have to look at it from a different point of view. And so I think this is in the best interest of the United States, but I do understand, his point of view, and I respect it. He could say something like that, but instead you disagree with Trump. He wants to destroy you. He wants to turn his cult followers against you. Now, if you're a Tucker Carlson, is that going to get you back in line and you're going to start kissing Trump's ass? Maybe it does. Or maybe it has the exact opposite effect. Now you've just made potentially an enemy of Tucker Carlson, a guy who does have a lot of influence. Now you just made him an enemy, like you did with Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? When Marjorie Taylor Greene was speaking out, about the Epstein files, and she hadn't turned on Trump. She was just vocal in wanting the Epstein files released. But that was too much for Trump, so he had to attack her. He had to destroy her because she actually stupidly believed the things that Donald Trump said, that he was America first, no foreign wars, and he's going to release the Epstein files. Well, of course, that was all bullshit. And when she was actually believing that those things would happen and was working to achieving those things, Trump tried to destroy her. And what did it do? All it did was make an enemy of Marjorie Taylor Greene. And now she is out there like she has no fucks left to give. She's not, she's not being careful in her words. She's going right after Trump. She's attacking him daily. That's not good. Is that going to bring Trump down? No. Marjorie Taylor Greene alone is not going to bring Trump down. Tucker Carlson alone is not going to bring Trump down. But it's not just them. It's a lot of them. And every day he's doing more and more and more to destroy his standing with his base, to the point where I'm telling you, I see these MAGAs all over the place every day. Some of them are now saying, I hate this guy now. See, that's the thing. Remember, these people were in a cult because they believed all of this shit. They believed all the lies. When you listen to people who leave cults, once they realized it was all a lie, once they realized that they were taken advantage of, that they were conned, they become very, very angry at the person who conned them. And they become the most outspoken critics. They hate the person who conned them more than other people do. And that's what Trump is doing with some of these people. I mean, you listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene, she fucking hates him. And so many of these people who now realize it was all a fucking con job, it was all a lie, they hate him. And they're even talking about they hope Democrats win because they want Trump impeached and removed and prosecuted. That's what Nick Fuentes is out there saying. He's going to vote for Democrats. He can't wait. He wants Democrats to win, and he wants Trump and J.D. Vance impeached and removed from office. This is what happens when people who you've been lying to for a decade realize they've been lied to. And think about what these people went through. These people, how much they sacrificed in their own personal lives for Donald Trump. How many relationships in their lives have they destroyed for Donald Trump? They've probably lost lifelong friends, members of their family who don't talk to them anymore. All because they got swept up in the cult of Trump because he lied to them over and over and over again. Once they realized they were lied to, they realized they lost their fucking best friends. They don't even have relationships with members of their family anymore. Some of these people got divorced over this, lost their jobs. How about the people who attacked the Capitol? I mean, yeah, they got pardoned, but many of them, their lives were destroyed. All of this for a lie. When they realize and admit to themselves that it was all a lie, they hate Trump. That's happening.